Welcome to today's Forever Fit class. I'm Cassy Vieth. In today's class, we will be working on balance, so make sure you have a chair nearby. And also, we will be working on the floor a little bit later, so if you like having something under your head or your behind, then go ahead and get a block for that. And let's just go ahead and get started. A nice, big, tall spine, lengthening between every vertebra. And lift, and lift, and lift. I hope if you've been joining us a while that you've noticed that you feel better in so many ways. All right, and let's lift and circle right from the shoulders. There's a couple of us that have been to the doctor that we've noticed when they measure your height that we've actually gotten taller. Yeah, a bunch of naysayers, but it's true. It's true. Elbow to hip. Lift, elbow to hip. Yep, shrinking happens as your vertebra. I mean, we've got gravity working against us all the time, but once you learn to stand tall and open up your joints, it's true. Bill can tell you. Yep. Bill gained an inch. I've never been 5'4", and I went to the doctor. I just stood tall, and they're like, oh, 5'4". I'm like, you're kidding. I've always been like 5'2½". So either I was not standing tall, or I have opened up my vertebra a little more, which is a good thing. That's right. That's right. Jenny, you're not the only one that says when you go to the doctor and they ask you to breathe deeply, they comment that you did a really good job. So, because we do practice. I love it when you guys report to me. All right, let's go down and up and up. And I'd love to remind people that this isn't just for relieving the negative effects of aging. It is a complement to any fitness lifestyle you have, because everybody has muscles and joints, and everyone's muscles and joints want to get tight and then it hurts, you know? So whether you're just working very hard, or you're an athlete, or you're very sedentary, it doesn't matter. Self-care needs to be done. You don't buy a brand new car and never wash it, or never change its oil. I mean, have you ever had this where you wash a car, you change the oil, you go somewhere, and it just seems to glide through the air smoother? I have. You guys laugh. I know you have. It does. And anyways, it's the same with our bodies. And up. And over. And up. Good. Now let's use two arms, big circles, down and up. And again, warming up those legs. Good. All right, as you warm up, you might notice you're automatically getting lower. And if you're doing this, have your ankles wide as your knees. All right, if you're doing this, it's kind of hard on your knees to go past your toes like that. So trust yourself. Your legs are stronger than you think. And if you really are unsure, it's an easy thing just to put a chair in front of you and experiment with how nice and wide you can get your legs. All right, last one, down and up. Good. All right, let's bring our feet in a little closer together. Make sure you have a chair nearby. We'll be doing some balance exercises. So your body learns by failing. Pretty much the theme of my life. You learn by doing things wrong. And if you hang on, your body really can't learn what it takes to balance. So we want a safe but unstable environment. Okay, safe, meaning you've got a chair right here, and you don't have to be lifting your leg up really high. You can just have it a little bit off the floor. So that's safe. The other thing is if you have a mat and it's really thick, and you can't feel like you can get a handle on good balance, the thicker mat makes it a little harder. So, all right, let's stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. All right, and don't rush past to try to keep up with anybody else. Put your weight over onto one leg. Your individual leg strength makes a huge difference. So even though my toe is touching, I don't have any weight through that toe. It's all through this leg. If you lift your foot up and you just keep doing this, that means you're not ready to lift your foot up. Your foot will come off the floor automatically when this leg is strong enough and your body's ready. So don't rush it. Okay? It's okay to keep your toes in contact, your hand just hovering over the chair if it makes you feel more confident. Okay. And let's everybody touch with your toes, like everybody, and close your eyes. It just changes the whole ball game, doesn't it? Now ask yourself where your hands are. Okay? Open and close your fists. Extend your arms. We still have 2 feet in contact with the floor, but all the weight is still just over your one leg. Breathe. Ask yourself if you have nice posture, if your head is on top of your shoulders or in front of your body. We want it on top. Shoulders back. Do you think your arms are at your sides or are they slightly in front of you? Now let's lift your arms up, shoulder height. We're still keeping all the weight into one leg. Your hips getting tired. Let's take your left arm and let's try to touch your pointer finger to the tip of your nose. Oops, I missed. Open. Do it again. See how close you can get. And open. Okay, let's open your eyes and put all your weight down. Good. Shifting your hips around. Good. Grip the mat with your feet. We'll stimulate the bottom of your feet, which helps balance as well. And reverse. I try to make sure we hit every element of fitness in this class. So it can be a standalone, or it can just be a great aid to whatever your activities are. Okay. I'll move the chair around to the other side. Good. All right. So let's shift your weight all over onto your right leg if you're mirroring me. Barely got your toes touching for now. While your eyes are open, if you feel strong enough and ready and your foot comes off the floor, that's great. And it really helps just to focus on one spot on the floor or the wall and maybe let your mind wander. And before we close our eyes, it's perfectly fine to put your toes in contact with the floor. So go ahead and do that, and let's close your eyes. I have to say my standing leg gets really wonky when I close my eyes. The brain and the senses in the skin and your muscles are thinking and cooperating and sending signals. Okay, they have to do the job that your eyes were doing a moment ago. Keep breathing. Ask yourself where your hands are. Do you think your hands are at your sides? Slightly behind you? Slightly in front of you? Do you think one hand's higher than the other? Let's put 2 hands at shoulder height. And now we'll take our right arm, our right hand, pointer finger, and try to touch the tip of your nose first time. Good, and open. And again, let's try to touch it again. Good, now hold your hands out to the side, make a couple fists and open. Fists, keep your breathing. And open your eyes and weight on 2 feet. Good, as we shift around. I find that harder with my eyes closed. I think that's pretty normal.
There were some cheaters.
Oh, Cam said some people were cheating. Tattletale. Oh, Cameron said some people were cheating, but how would he know unless his eyes are open? Busted. Busted. All right, shift. And up. All right, we'll just do a little bit more for the feet before we get down onto the floor. So let's lift one heel and then the other. Gripping the mat with your toes. Good. And then press one heel down behind you. Good. And up and press. You can even push against this chair for a little leverage to drive that heel into the floor. Lift and press. Now let's take that front leg and cross it about 6 inches more across your body. This is a real good trick for making sure your heel bone stays in the right position. I think it's fascinating that your heel bone can move. This here, it can shift, and it can allow your ankle to collapse to the inside. A little interesting tidbit. All right, let's do the other heel. Okay, press it down and push against the chair for a little leverage, driving force through your hands, shoulders, down your body, into that heel. Lift and press. Now I'm going to take that front foot and cross across my body about 6 inches. And press. All right, really good. All right, let's take a moment and get down onto the floor. We'll be sitting to begin with. Good, you can. All right, so the first thing I'd like you to do is sit with your knees and feet very wide. We'll do a couple psoas stretches. That is that very important set of muscles that go from the top of your femur, across the front of your pelvis, and attach to the lower portion of your spine. Gets very tight on most everybody because of the amount of sitting we do, and it can be very painful. So lean back on your hands, or you can lay all the way back on your back. But inhale, exhale, and let's just let that knee fall in. Now here's the trick. Don't let your bottom come up off the floor. So some of you then will be like, my butt's going to come off. This is as far as I can go. But that's okay. That's your truth. So start with that. Inhale, exhale. And you don't have to get as much movement as me to begin stretching your muscle. Okay, inhale. Keep the bottom plastered to the ground. So you can let gravity do it for the first few repetitions. And then with breathing, exhale, you can do some presses towards the center. There's a lot of people going around with mysterious back pain that can be solved by this exercise. With my bottom down, I can get a lot of movement. And I don't think I'm unusual, but not everybody is as flexible as each other, even at birth, so that's true. But look, this leg doesn't go as far as easy. Inhale. Each of us have different muscle tendon ratio as well sometimes, which can limit flexibility, as well as just the way your bones are. But surely a little bit of movement can be found and improved upon. Press. Inhale, exhale, keeping the bottom down. Very good. If you're very tight, this would be something I would recommend you do daily, okay? Especially if you already have low back pain. Okay, so that's that one. Now we're going to move on to some abdominal exercises. Your favorite. All right, well, inhale big. Try to get a little arch in your low spine. And then the opposite, rolling it back. Release the legs. Pull your belly in. If you're not sure how to pull the belly in, squeeze your bottom. Good. Think about rolling back one vertebra at a time from your tailbone to about here. If you think you're going to fall, stop and do a couple little bounces, making sure your belly's pulling in, and up. And I want to really impress upon you that you look at your stomach and make sure you're pulling your belly button in. It's very common to press out with your muscles and distend the belly when you want to generate force. And don't do it that way, because what happens is you can get diastasis recti, which causes those muscles in here to open up, and then you're not as strong either. Men can get that too, not just pregnant women. So I'm going to move this over for a second. Okay, we'll roll back again. Inhale, exhale, roll back at first with your hands on your legs. Now we'll release, pull belly in, breathe, 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 breathe. Hold, maybe a little twist, twist, twist. Only if you don't have a recent back spasm. These can be kind of hard. And up. Good. And if you want to pull on your legs to stretch. And arching your back stretches the front. Okay, ready? Another one. Okay, tighten your bottom as you roll back. Look, push, pull the belly in. Extend a leg. Keep pulling the belly in. If you can't pull the belly in, you can grab your legs, and that'll help you to do the movement correct. Pull it in. Pull on the legs or not, whichever is right for you. And up. Really good. Super good. So if your tailbone hurts, definitely roll your mat up 3 or 4 times or use a pillow. Yep. Thanks for bringing that up. Inhale. Exhale, roll it back. Something you can do in bed too. Roll it back. You can hang onto your legs to help you look, touch, and pull it in. Exhale. And up. Real good. And arch. All right, one more time. Rolling it back. Really close to your limit. Stick a leg out, come right back up. And again, rolling it back. Push on your lower abdominals. Make sure they're doing their job. And up. Good. One more time. Roll it back. Come right back up. Let's do about 5 of them really quick this time. You ready? 1, 2, 3. It's okay if it's a smaller move. 5. And up. Really good. You guys are troopers. One more time. Back. You can use a different leg. Roll it back. Button gut is tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Good work, everybody. And pull to stretch. Good. Bring your bottoms of your feet together and use the leverage of pulling on your legs to lift your spine. Lengthen it. Good. And then lean over, use one elbow, and then the other, stretching your inner thigh. I also like to push on the floor. I find that that's a really good trick. If you push on the floor, you can open your knees and stretch them. And lift and press them down. Lift and press. Real good. Okay, so now let's roll all the way down to your back. Keep your knees bent. If you have a big arch in your low back, squeeze your bottom, push your feet into the floor until you can press the low back flat against the floor. Now look and see if you're pulling your belly button in. Pull it in. Exhale. Push on your lower abdominals to make sure they're contracted and activated. And we're just going to hold this. This is called the vacuum. You can inhale and try to stuff up more of your guts up under your ribs and flatten your abdominal wall. Take that inventory. Are you pulling the belly button in? Are the lower abdominals activated? Are you breathing? Pressing the low back here into the floor. Keep holding those muscles in a contracted position will condition them and make them stronger to support your core. Keep pulling in, pulling in. You can do this in a seated position against the chair. You can do it against the wall. Keep pulling in. Look, touch, breathe. Keep pulling it in. Keep it contracted. These are isometrics. So you can strengthen your muscles without doing a lot of sit-ups. And relax. Very nice. Let's roll over onto your stomach. Okay, with your elbows under your shoulders. Good. And we'll stretch our low back by pushing against the floor. Squeeze your bottom and elbows down. Now, of course, this isn't going to feel great for everybody. So if you are on the verge of a spasm or a knife pain, then certainly don't do it. One more. But for some of you, this is going to feel surprisingly wonderful. All right, trying to lift your head up, your shoulders down, breathing and relax. With your hands under your chin. Okay, let's lift your torso. If you need to push against the floor, then go ahead. You can have one hand up, one hand down, and relax. Another lift, and relax. Let's lift and hold, and bring those hands to your sides. Palms down. Nice cobra. Trying to squeeze your bottom and lift your torso as high as possible. Few lifts by squeezing your back. And relax. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but it's part of our core. So we need to keep it strong and balanced with the rest of us. Let's lift. Bring those arms around to the side. If you've been here a while and you want a little bit more of a challenge, let's bring one hand overhead and then lift by squeezing the upper back. And let's change places. Head's neutral. You don't have to be looking forward. Your nose could be facing the floor. 2 hands back. If you need to take a break, do so and join us after 3 seconds. 2 hands up and over. Ready? Lift. 2, 3, 4, and done. Shift around. Very good. All right. So let's just rest our head on our hands. Last few exercises here. Let's bend your right knee. Okay, flex that foot. And let's try to lift the thigh off the floor and relax. Lift and relax. This is a potential Charlie horse, so go real cautiously. Couple more. But it's a great exercise for strengthening your glutes and your hamstrings. And when they're weak, you have back pain, you struggle getting up off the couch or off the toilet without a grab bar. So let's repair that. Remedy it. Okay, let's do the other leg. So bend the knee, flex the foot. We keep the hip down and only lift the thigh and the knee. Okay? Let's do about 10 of these. Lift and lift. So we're actually not doing this. We're lifting the thigh up right from the knee. Lift, couple more, lift, lift, and done. Very nice. Let's get up on our hands and knees to finish up. Doing the cat and cow to really loosen up the pelvis. Good. Take your time through this and match your breathing. Inhale, exhale when you do a stretch. Inhale when you change. Exhale to deepen the stretch. It really helps your muscles to loosen up. Start planning tomorrow's workout right now so that you get the consistency you need in all the variety of the elements that I add so that you can really see great progress and stay feeling young and wonderful forever. Okay, see you tomorrow in class.